Welcome back in. Next month is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and even though there's a test for it, there can be life-saving, people avoid it. This afternoon we have Dr. Ahmad with us from Mercy Health to talk more about colorectal cancer and the steps we can be taking to prevent it. First of all, let's go over what exactly is colorectal cancer.
So Dan, colorectal cancer, colon is a term we use to mention large bowel in medicine. And it is the large major part of our gastrointestinal tract or digestive tract. And rectum is the last 6 inches of that colon or the large intestine. So malignant tumors involving both colon and rectum are collectively called colorectal cancers.
And a polyp is what I know, because I've had a couple of them, so they go looking for polyps and try to clip them off, because are those probably something that could develop into a real situation?
Yeah, polyp is, just to make a layman understand, it's like a protuberance or a bump, if you will, and it kind of grows from few millimeters to size of a golf ball. And most of the time, these polyps are asymptomatic, but occasionally they can ulcerate and bleed, can cause bleeding. The important thing is, Dan, that these polyps are the budding grounds for colorectal cancer. They need to come out, like in your case, they removed it, so they prevent you from getting colon cancer.
Do we know what causes colorectal cancer?
That's an interesting question. We don't know completely overall what causes cancer, because if we know the exact cause, we would remove that. But in terms of colon cancer, there's a lot of research has been done. And we know a few facts. The fact is that polyps will turn into cancer. That is number one. We know there are certain genetic mutations which are involved in causation of colon cancer. And there are some personal attributes, people who are at risk, they can be a case for colorectal cancer.
Is it hereditary possibly?
Yes, indeed. There's a lot of family association. About 1/3 of the colorectal cancer are related to genes in families.
It's funny we find things out like that, because breast cancer can sometimes go in a family with all the sisters, the mom, and so forth, and colorectal cancer can cross that whole family thing too.
That is true. As a matter of fact, there are some genes in breast cancer which cross-react with the colorectal cancer, so it's sort of a side. When we hear the story about somebody having a breast cancer in the family as well as the colorectal cancer, we kind of screen them with a high index of suspicion.
And then how common is it, do you think?
Colorectal is the most common gastrointestinal cancer.
Really?
According to WHO, it is the 3rd most common cancer in the world. And unfortunately, the 3rd most common cause of death in people, and disease, obviously. So it is estimated, Dan, that this year, only this year in 2024, about a staggering number of 150,000 people will be diagnosed newly with colon cancer. And unfortunately, 50,000 of them will die of colorectal cancer. It's unfortunate because this type of cancer can be easily prevented by just prevention screening colonoscopies.
The polyps that they might find, they could take, what, months, years? Do they grow rapidly? So if it's caught early, you're good?
That is true. Polyps take many years to grow, generally from few millimeters to a centimeter to a bigger size to turn into cancer. It may take 8 to 10 years in general. Certain polyps grow faster than others, but that's the general adenomas, which are a precancerous polyp. That's the rate.
Are some people more at risk, do you think?
Absolutely. People who have a family history for colorectal cancer or have family history for colorectal polyps, they are high risk. General population is at high risk because most of the colon cancer are sporadic. People who have inflammatory bowel disease, they have high risk for colorectal cancer. There are certain genetic mutations and familial adenomatous polyposis, another condition called HNPCC, they're high risk. And we talked about certain personal attributes, people who smoke cigarettes or drink a lot of alcohol, even moderate amount of alcohol, they have high risk. People who are obese or overweight, they're not physically active. And interestingly, you would imagine diet plays a major role in colorectal cancer. It's a digestive disease cancer. So red meat has been blamed as a causative agent. Any kind of meat, luncheon meats or hot dogs in particular, they are labeled as high risk factor for getting colon cancer, so avoid as much as possible.
Before we run out of time here, the screening, of course, is very simple. The problem is the prepping for it is the drinking of the liquid that makes you cleanse out so you can do your job. That's the toughest part about it. Are there any progressions in making that an easier thing?
It's the most undesirable part of the colonoscopy. I agree with you. But it has come a long way, Dan. We have split dose prep. We have a prep given with Gatorade. So it is better tolerated, still not a walk in the park.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we get the word out and get people, it's not that bad. Once it's over with, it's like, is that all there is?
Yeah. I had mine done 2 weeks ago. If that makes somebody feel better and get into screening, it is what it is, folks. Get screening. It is the most preventable cancer. We can take care of that. It's easy, and this is the only way we can reduce the incidence of colon cancer, disease, and death.
Doctor, thank you for coming in. Good to see you.
My pleasure.